Hello everybody, this is Keith at 50th Street Studio. We are getting ready to start tonight's Saturday stream. We were revisiting Little Shop of Horrors, which we have streamed before, which we have viewed before at the studio when we had a studio. Oh, we've got an error on Facebook. I'll fix that. In the meantime, watch the slideshow and listen to the music, and I will be back shortly. Okay, I think that's enough for the music. Let's get on with the show. And let me switch cameras here. Welcome again, everybody. This is Keith at 50th Street Studio. It is time for the weekly public domain Saturday show. Tonight we're going to revisit Little Shop of Horrors, as I said before, It's a show that we've watched before. I've streamed it before. I streamed it. Well, we watched it live at the studio when we had a studio back in January, and and I streamed it live more than once last year. Had guests watching it with me, and we're revisiting it again because we have not streamed it in modern times. We have 3 viewers, 2 people on Twitch, somebody on Mixer. Please say hello, everybody. And since we have seen this movie before, since we watched it, Margie is here. Hi, welcome, Margie. Glad to see you. I see that Miranda must be watching because she donated. Miranda has been so generous, and she continues to be generous. But since we have watched, we have 4 viewers now. That's good, and all 4 of them are on Twitch. That's excellent. Yeah, Miranda says hello. Hi, Miranda. We are streaming on. Happy Gothard is here. Carissa has joined us. We are streaming on Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, Periscope, Facebook, and also Picarto. I should be able to see all of your chats except for the people on Picarto. We've never been able to get the chats to show up on Restream. But since we watched Little Shop of Horrors before, what I'm going to do this time is do a lot of talking about it. Do a lot of talking about the history of the movie, the making of the movie, the people, the actors in the movie, the writers, the director of the movie, and I'll have a guest with me. In fact, I'll introduce him here and make sure his camera is there. He is. That's CJ. Hi, CJ. Is your mic on?
Hey. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, there you are. Ah, good. you can
There
see.
we go. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
How's it going, everybody?
Yeah, CJ is joining us from California. Do you have your laptop literally on your lap? Is that what you're?
Yeah, I can choose, though. I don't really have a
Uh,
desk that I
yeah.
care to
Don't
sit
don't
at.
worry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're going to we'll start the movie shortly. CJ, I met CJ here in the Seattle area some time ago. It was like 2 years ago, and at the Seattle Online Broadcasters Association, he saw the work I was doing on Friendo Retro TV and all of that. There you go. And
Hey,
he actually came to the studio a couple of times. He watched a movie with us about 2 months ago. That robot movie. What was that called? Um,
uh, wasn't that
Tobor.
Mon?
Tobor the Great.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
Brain movie.
No, wait. Yeah, it wasn't it wasn't Tobor. It was the Brain movie. The Brain from Planet
Yeah,
Arros. Yeah, that's right.
yeah, the Brain
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Paris.
yeah. CJ and I stood off to the side and talked all the way through the movie. It was kind of a wonky experiment, but it was something I
We,
wanted to try.
we
Um,
really thought that dog was gonna save the day.
yeah. Uh, yeah, you had to be there, I guess. Um, anyway, CJ left after the shutdown happened. CJ went back to California
Yep.
to his family home. How are things down in California?
Well, things are pretty good for me. Everyone's just doing what they can.
Yeah, yeah. It's the same everywhere. It's amazing, isn't it? It's not just the same here on the West Coast. It's not just the same all over the country. It's the same all over the damn world.
Hmm.
It's so amazing. I mean, there are streamers. There are gamers that I watch. People in people in Europe, people in Australia, New Zealand, Lithuania. Uh, they're all going through exactly the same thing that
Hmm.
we're going through over here. It's astonishing. Um,
I mean, technically, it's a bonding experience.
Technically, okay. So you want to look at it that way, which brings up the point that um, it's difficult to grow a streaming channel like this because everybody is streaming now. Everybody has their own stream. So sorry, I can't be there. I have my own stream to do. Um, so whatever. I was getting started streaming the movies from the studio and hoping to grow that. And then now, literally everybody is streaming. There's plenty to see, but when you're running your own stream, boy, it's
Mm-hmm.
tough. Uh, what you mind if I ask, what are you doing for work down there? Or are you getting work?
Uh, Currently squat.
Squat.
It is, yeah, it is. It's tough, but I mean, I've got things lined up right now.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, squat. That's that's uh, that's a description of your job situation and what you're literally doing.
Yeah,
We're all
try.
just squatting.
I mean, I'm sitting.
Yeah. All right, we've got 5 viewers now. Um, one on well, we had 5 viewers. We're back to four on Twitch. Um, so we've got Carissa with us. We've got Miranda with us. We've got Margie. Glad to see you all here.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, they're all great friends of 50th Street. People that we met at the studio space in Renton. I don't know if you met Miranda. You might have met Miranda when you were up there.
I don't know. I don't know if I met Miranda. I met Marissa. Happy Goth Art.
Carissa, yeah,
Marissa, yes.
yeah, okay, all right. Well, we're gonna start the movie. Before we do that, though, I want to talk a little bit about its history. I noticed you tweeted earlier today, CJ, about about the musical, getting ready to sing some songs and everything. Well, I have a surprise for you. That's not what we're going to watch. We're going to watch the original from 1960, the Roger Corman monster movie.
Oh.
Um,
Oh, it's a monster movie.
yeah, I don't know if you're even aware of it. A lot of I find from time to time that people aren't aware that the musical was based on a bad Roger Corman movie from 1960, black and white. Um, it was actually made to be a comedy horror film, and they ended up inventing this Audrey 2 creature, which is completely unique in monster movie history. There's nothing else like it. They invented a new monster, which
Oh.
which is almost impossible to do, and they
Yeah.
shot the movie in 2 days. Um,
Really?
at least they shot the interiors in 2 days. Roger Corman had shot. He'd spent the week before shooting. Miranda says that she has met CJ. Okay, so yeah, Miranda knows you.
Oh.
Okay, and Happy Gothart says it's amazing.
Sorry.
She's talking about the movie. Talking about the Audrey 2, I guess. But Roger Corman had shot a movie the week before called A Bucket of Blood, which he shot it.
I heard.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it either. But he shot it in 5 days and finished early, and they still had the sets for several days. So he said, let's shoot another movie.
We might as well.
Yeah, and they spent 2 more days on the shooting on those sets. And I remember one of the last times I watched it last year, I remember noticing there are extensive scenes in the streets that take place in the streets at night, exterior shots. And I was thinking they must have shot these later.
Hmm.
Because each of these exterior shots must have taken a day or a night all by themselves.
Mhm.
Miranda says, I came over when you guys were watching Manos. Oh, that's right.
That's
CJ,
right.
you were watching those bits of Manos which you had never seen, and you were laughing at Torgo, and
Mhm.
Miranda showed up. Yeah. You need to see the rest of that movie, by the way.
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah. But anyway, they must have spent some more time shooting the exterior shots because there's plenty of exterior shots. But the movie was written by a guy named let's see here, a guy named Charles B. Griffith, and I'll talk about him later. But anyway, A Bucket of Blood starred Dick Miller, who is in Little Shop of Horrors. So Roger Corman must have gathered together whoever was available, including the people who were in Bucket of Blood, and spent 2 days shooting this thing. And then it ended up becoming world famous, and Bucket of Blood is entirely forgotten. But then it was the movie immediately fell into a public domain because it was not properly copyrighted. So it's
Mm,
in public domain now. Apparently, movies. I've explained this to viewers on the stream before. Copyright is different for different types of art. Um, when it comes to movies, uh, when it comes to an individual like myself doing a drawing, when I make a drawing and it's just me that's involved in it, it's automatically copyrighted because I made it. It's just me. I can post it somewhere and say this is copyrighted by me, and that's legal. That makes it copyrighted. But when it comes to a
mm,
movie where there are many people involved, sometimes hundreds, even
right.
thousands of
Mm,
people, it has to be done in a certain legal process. The copyright notice has to be placed in the credits in a certain way, and it has to have certain wording and it has to be placed in a certain way. And if that's not done properly, the movie fails to be copyrighted, and you can't put
mm.
it back. There have been
One
movies.
typo
Yeah, it's
make your
tough.
whole movie free.
Yeah, that's what happened to Night of the Living Dead, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what happened to Manos,
Right.
and that's what happened to Charade, which was a big Hollywood movie, which we watched a couple of weeks ago, an Audrey Hepburn, Cary Grant movie. The day
Mm.
it was released, it was in public domain because the distributor didn't put the proper copyright on it. It's a huge mistake, um, but it does happen, um, and that's why we're able to watch these movies. Um, so let's get started. I mentioned Dick Miller before. You'll recognize him. And when we come to things that I want to talk about, we'll stop and I'll show pictures and things. Um, we have 5 viewers on Twitch now. Everybody say hello. It's always uh, good to know who's here. Well, now we only have 4. People are coming and going. Um, yeah, and if there's anybody new who comes in, please say hello. Well, if they come in after I say that, they won't they won't have heard me say hello. So this is going to be very exciting for you, CJ, because you haven't seen this. You said you
Yeah.
hadn't seen the musical either.
Mm-mm. So I thought I knew that there was an older black and white version of
Hmm.
this movie,
Hmm.
the original, but I thought that that was also a musical. You know,
No, no,
I thought it was just like the remake of a different musical, and
no.
everyone was, oh
Mm-mm.
yeah, like the "Feed Me Seymour" song. I remember that from back in the yeah.
It is a comedy though. It was written as a comedy, um,
Hmm.
and it has this genius pacing to it. It has this patter that was obviously written into the script. And Roger Corman put together a group of people who were able to catch this cadence, and
Mm-hmm.
you'll see what I mean. Um, and it ended up being a real work of genius. It was distributed. It was originally distributed as the second picture in a double feature with some other movie that's been forgotten. And as people were seeing it, it started getting word of mouth. Uh, and then
Have you seen this hilarious but terrifying plant movie?
Miranda says there's a play also, a non-musical play. I've heard of that.
Hmm.
Miranda, did the non-musical play come first, or did that come later? I remember when the musical first appeared when I was in high school in the early '80s. I had seen the original, the Roger Corman picture on television back in the 1970s as a child when I was 10 or 11. I was at home alone one weekend, and it came on a local station on like a Sunday afternoon or something. And even watching it as a child alone in a big house in the woods, I didn't see the comedy of it at the time. It just creeped me out. Um, but then years later, when the musical came out, I was like, I know this picture. I know Little Shop of Horrors. So yeah, that was exciting for me. And the musical came along at the right time for me, high school. And I was at high school for the performing and visual arts where we were doing shows like that. And a couple of years after I left, my high school ended up putting on that show.
Hmm.
The stage musical ends differently than the movie musical, by the way. It ends quite a bit
Really?
differently. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Um, let's switch over to the movie, and I will hit play, and we'll make sure you can hear and everything.
name is
Yeah, I'm
Sergeant
not
Joe
hearing
Fink,
it.
working the 24-hour shift out of homicide. And this is my workshop, the part of town that everybody knows about, but that nobody wants to see. Where the tragedies are deeper, the ecstasy's wilder, and the crime rate consistently higher than anywhere else. Skid Row, my beat.
You there, Keith? Because Keith, did you mute yourself? I don't know what's happening.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I'm not hearing any sound from the movie.
Really?
Is it the silent part?
No, it's not silent.
Yeah.
Let me stop it here for a second. You're not getting any sound coming through
Picking up
Discord?
no audio from that sound.
Okay. Uh, Let me see if there's something I can do for. Okay, obviously the sound going through Discord. CJ is watching us on Discord, by the way. He's watching the movie on Discord and seeing a different feed than the people on watching on Twitch. So I'm going to have to work on figuring out how to get the sound to him.
We can, like I said, Oh well, we're gonna have to start and stop it at the same time too, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know that I changed anything, but let's see if this helps. Do you hear any music there?
Nope.
Nothing? Okay. This is tough. Let's
Hmm.
I'm not sure what to do. The is did I accidentally? I think I accidentally muted CJ. Yeah, that's not good. Let me pop this out a second. There we go. There. Can we hear CJ now? Yeah,
Can we
can
hear
hear.
me? Oh.
Yeah, I
All
can hear.
right.
I can hear CJ now.
Excellent. Yeah. I really don't know how to get that movie sound your into your audio for Discord too.
Yeah, yeah. That's not a problem I had before. That's the odd thing.
Hmm.
Let's see if I
Yeah.
can. Um,
Check your audio sources.
yeah, voice and video. I'm checking the voice and video. Uh, Input device and output device. Let's.
Hmm.
Voice processing
Yeah.
advanced.
I need how to work Discord a little better.
Yeah, advanced voice activity. Um, Show a warning. Where? I'm not sure. Yeah, Carissa says technical issues, the perfect time to make popcorn. Yeah, Margie, we know you can hear it. Yeah, Margie commented that she can hear it. Yeah, we know you can hear it. It's CJ who can't. And I understand why he can't, but it's not a problem that I had before. Let's see if checking the source of the audio. I'm not seeing an option to put. I've got it set for the standard speaker out, which is what it should be, and it's really the only option. Test. Okay. Yeah, that worked.
Just, I would say because if it was just OBS, I would
Yeah.
you'd just be able to add another audio source to it.
Right. Right. Yeah. Not sure why that's a problem. Well, I'm using a microphone this time around, which I did not use before, which is plugged into a USB.
Maybe that might be.
Yeah. And let's see if I press some buttons. Let's see if that helps.
Buttons, everybody loves to press buttons. There's still no music, but I can still sing over it.
You're not hearing any music?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Ryder Sound Services, please help us.
Yeah, okay, so you can see the picture. All right, well, we can, oh, did you close the video call? No, you didn't. No. Your face wasn't visible while I was doing technical stuff with Discord. I was, yeah, it was seeing my futzing around with the audio settings.
Oh yeah. It was seeing all the pop-ups.
Yeah. Okay, your voice is coming through on the desktop audio, and the audio for the movie is coming up on desktop audio, but it's not getting through to you.
Right.
Somehow. Yeah. And you're not hearing any music at all right now. Those Fred Katz. I'm gonna backtrack a bit here.
Fred Katz?
Fred Katz, he was the music. The music was by him. Okay, 5 people who are watching on a Twitch. Sorry about this. There's only so much we can do. Yeah, this was not an issue that came up before. You know what I might do? I might. Well, this would. No, that wouldn't help. Now that I think about it, switching the microphone to a different source. Yeah, that would not. That would to the camera, but then. Well, let's actually try that. Let me.
Yeah, I was gonna say because if it used to work, if other people were able to hear your side on the Discord, it might be whatever you changed. So however you had it.
Input device. Let me just unplug my existing microphone and see what happens with.
Oh, can't hear you. Now Keith's gone. Oh no. Wait a minute. Have I just gone deaf? Oh no.
Am I back? Yeah. Switching audio sources is going to be difficult while OBS, because I could change to a different audio source, or I should be able to, on on OBS. Wait a minute. Yeah. No, because I have. Wait, I know what I can do. I'm sure this is great fun for everybody.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Look,
I know.
all the people in the IT field are loving this
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. Let's see. Input device. Sound control panel. I'll need to turn the, because I have every other microphone disabled on the cameras and everything. Let me enable this one, and then add it to OBS. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Okay.
We got voice.
So
let's see if we got.
Okay. Can you still hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So even though I took out my my microphone, so that worked. Now let's see if that helped us with whoops. With the speaker audio for CJ on.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on, Discord, work with us.
Okay, so you can hear me on Discord. You're hearing my voice on Discord.
Yep.
Let's see if we can play the movie back now. Are you hearing music? Nope.
No music.
Well, this is different. Yeah, that's too bad. We are gonna have to get on with the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know what else we can do. As the like I was saying before, this movie has such a
it's got
it has such
timing.
it has such great timing. You would any movie you would need to be able to hear the people talking, of course.
Exactly.
But this movie has such great timing. Can I'm sure for the people who are watching on Twitch, Happy Gothard is asking, can CJ stream it on his phone? He could watch the Twitch stream, but he would be like 2-3 minutes late.
Yeah, I'd be so far behind. I'm actually in the chat, so I can see the chat too, and it's so far behind.
Yeah, because that's why it's important to stream the movie to him through Discord, so he can see it immediately and talk with me immediately. And having the audio not streaming through Discord is not a problem I've encountered before. And because the problem I've had with Discord before is never being able to get the person's face on camera, which I've solved. I've got that problem solved. And now we have a problem with the movie. Now he can't watch the movie. Yeah.
It's always something.
Yeah, it's always something. Let's see. Let's look one more time. Is everyone on Twitch still able to hear my voice just fine? Is the camera picking up my voice?
Mushnick's Florist.
Yeah.
Seymour Mushnick.
Seymour is not actually named Mushnick. Mr. Mushnick is his boss.
Oh.
Okay.
I was about to say that is a strong protagonist name, Seymour Mushnick.
Krellborn is his last name.
What is it?
Seymour Krellborn.
Krellborn.
Yeah.
It's a little more protagonistic.
A little. Okay. I do not know how to add. Let's see. There's got to be a button we can push here that will get that will get the desktop audio. Why don't you? I heard you typing there before. Why don't you search on Google and see if you can find something about adding desktop audio to Discord?
Yeah, let's see.
And I'll look for it too. Margie and Carissa says they can hear me fine. And we'll kill a little bit more time here to add desktop audio to Discord. Select the desktop audio. Okay. Play desktop audio and voice as mic input on Discord. Okay, as usual with Google, I'm finding answers to every other question that's kind of related, but not the question.
Every other question.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, that problem was solved like 4 years ago in a completely different like version of this. So hey, that's the first thing we're gonna show you.
Right. Okay. How do I share my desktop audio on Discord? And then how do I stream? When I was playing the music during the slideshow, did you hear the music during the slideshow?
Mm-mm.
You didn't hear anything. Okay.
Do you have audio in your screen?
Okay, there was I'm finding YouTube videos about it, which I don't want to play.
Yeah. Do I stream audio on Discord? Let's see if this does it. Okay, this is not an answer to my question. I'm finding, every link I'm going to is answering some other question. Add desktop audio to Discord call. I'm going to turn off my audio for a moment. Okay.
Turn off my desktop audio anyway, so I can play this stupid YouTube video. Yeah. Okay, this is actually an advertisement for an indie piece of software. Yeah. See, the fact that I'm you know what? I just had a thought. I think I might know what it is. Here. I just had a thought. If I go to Discord and instead of I'm going to turn off the screen share. I'm going to turn off my screen share here. Instead of sharing the OBS stream, I'll share just the movie. And see if that does it. But how do I unshare it? Ah, here we go.
Once shared, it cannot
change.
be unshared.
Oh, there was a volume on the screen share. There was a really low volume on the screen share.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. That might solve the problem right there. Let's press play. Do you hear anything now?
No. Still can't hear anything.
Good morning, Mrs. Shiva. How's things today?
Oh, the same as you.
Okay. let's if I turn off the screen share, change windows, find an application window. Here we go. Okay, so now you see the movie, right?
Yes.
Now you just see the movie. Let's see. Do you hear it?
I hear it.
You hear it?
Yep.
Great, fantastic. How's the sound? Is it
good?
Is it good? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Everybody saw us. Everybody who's watching saw us triumph here, so I guess it was worth it.
Yes.
A little cut rate.
Look on me, Mrs. Shiva.
Let me.
What am I, a philatelist? I sell on Skid Row.
Let's backtrack.
And I.
Let's backtrack to the beginning of the movie. Okay, now here we are at 7:45, and we are officially starting the movie.
All right.
You got music?
Yep.
Good. Happy Gothard says, learning for the future. Yep.
My name is Sergeant Joe Fink, working the 24-hour shift out of homicide. And this is my workshop, the part of town that everybody knows about, but that nobody wants to see. Where the tragedies are deeper, the ecstasy's wilder, and the crime rate consistently higher than anywhere else. Skid Row, my beat.
I'll pause here for a second. These cops who are narrating the thing were completely written out of the musical. They're not a part of the musical at all. These are the guys who introduced the movie, who introduces the Skid Row. And Margie says, "Eureka! It works." Yeah, it works. And of course, Skid Row is the first song in the musical. The tremendous, huge musical with everybody singing about Skid Row. But in the original, it was this cop doing his Dragnet, his Joe Friday imitation. Little Shop of Horrors. Jonathan Hayes plays Seymour Krelborn, Jackie Joseph plays Audrey, and Mel Well plays Mr. Mushnick. There's been speculation about what inspired the story, what inspired Charles B. Griffith to write the thing. There were a couple of science fiction stories. One by H.G. Wells from 1905, a story called The Flowering of the Strange Orchid, and a story by Arthur C. Clarke in 1956 called The Reluctant Orchid. In fact, I found both of those stories and I read them both today. In fact, the Arthur C. Clarke story actually refers to the H.G. Wells story.
Wow.
The guy who finds the strange plant in
The most terrifying period in the history of my beat began in a little rundown floor shop called Mushnick's.
the character in the Arthur C. Clarke story from the 1950s, when he found the strange plant, he says out loud that he remembers a story by H.G. Wells called The Reluctant Orchid. So it directly references the Arthur C. Clarke story. Though the H.G. Wells story goes about how you would imagine, but the Arthur C. Clarke story completely surprised me. It took a left turn. It's called The Reluctant Orchid, and I recommend it if people can look it up. I should put a link to it in the video when this is ultimately online. Miranda points out that the narrators of the musical are the girls, the chorus of black girls who sing us through the film.
Oh, right.
Right. All right. This is Mushnick's.
Good morning, Mrs. Shiva. How's things today?
The same as usual, Mr. Mushnick. My sister's nephew Stanley died in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh, what happened?
He got blown up. Who knows how?
That's nice. Well, you would like, maybe as usual, some flowers for the funeral.
Should all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to
As
mind?
usual.
I thought
How many
possibly.
people dying on
I
her?
always give to you all all my funeral business. Maybe you should possibly give to me a little cut rate.
Look on me, Mrs. Shiver. What am I, a philatelist? I sell on Skid Row nothing but cheap carnations. And I should give you a cut rate. I can't even afford water for the flowers. To my throat, I would be giving a cut.
I dreamt I dwelt.
I mean, she'll probably get a cut to your throat. Obviously, she's an assassin trying to, like, take out her family for, like, insurance money or something. But
Yeah.
He's having funerals.
You notice he said, "Look on me. Do I look like a philatelist?"
Yeah.
Throughout the script, all the characters use malapropisms. They use the wrong words for things. He of course he means philanthropist, but he says philatelist, which is a stamp collector.
Oh, I thought he was just mispronouncing the word.
No,
philatelist.
A philatelist.
That's what you called stamp collectors.
Yeah, a malapropism is not a mispronunciation. It's like the wrong word entirely. And you notice Mel Wells, this great Yiddish accent he's got, and this great delivery he's got. He's my favorite character in the film. He makes the film.
He's a nice boy.
Why don't you let him see?
What? See? Look, here I got a new customer. Brand new in the yellow vest. I should let the cleanup boy, but I can't even afford, chase him out right away. Flower as fresh as the springtime mushnicks. Hello? Oh, hello, Dr. Farb. What can I do for you today?
Listen, Mushnik, I haven't got much time. Send me over 2 gladiolas and the fern.
Excellent. That's 2 dozen glads, 1 potted fern.
No, Mushnik. 2 gladiolas and 1 fern.
You want I should put 2 gladiolas in the pot with the ferns?
No,
On
1
the
fern,
phone.
1
Come on,
piece.
man.
Altogether, 3 pieces. I need it for my waiting room.
Yeah, it's the filling job.
What?
A filling job.
Good, I'll drill a bigger hole.
You mean you want 2 crummy gladiolas and 1 crummy fern? What kind of a decoration is that?
Listen, it's my flower budget for the week. Mushnik.
This dude's
Who can be a dentist
like
on Skid Row?
eyebrows.
All right, excellent. I'll send Seymour right away.
They just
Who am I, dog?
they
You
like blend into his whole face and make him look evil.
Now you are going to get it. Oh, you are going to get it. Look.
Seymour Krellboyne? Now, Mrs. Shiver, we were talking from the funeral flowers. What the little...
Funeral. Did you call me Mr.
Wow.
Mushnik?
No,
Good job.
I was calling John D. Rockefeller to make a loan on my Rolls Royce.
Sorry I said it.
Now look, Seymour. You take 2 gladiolas. You'll cut them nicely. You'll take 1 coin. You'll wrap them in a package, and you'll take them to Dr. Farr. Right? Now go already! Now, what can I do for you, sir?
My name is Burson Fudge.
Excellent. I am Gravis Mushnik.
Oh, that's a good one.
Who's going to get my roses?
That's a good one, he said.
Come right over here.
You would like maybe some orchids for a nice girl?
No, I think I'd like a couple of dozen carnations.
Carnations.
A person can't turn around these days that somebody shouldn't drop dead.
You've had more than your share of bad luck, Mrs. Shiver.
Bad luck, she calls it. You should have so many people kick off. You would have somebody fall on top of you, too.
What about the carnations?
You said you wanted some roses.
Yeah, for Stanley.
My carnations.
What is this guy doing?
See what that Seymour is... Oh, here are your carnations. Wait, I'll wrap them for
No,
you.
that's all right. I'll leave them here.
Did he say eat them?
He did.
Why not? Of course, what else?
What?
They are all right.
Well, I've had better.
Well, this is a small shop.
Well, that's
What?
okay. You know, those big places, they're full of pretty flowers, expensive flowers. When you raise them for looks and smell, you're bound to lose some food value. I like to eat these little out-of-the-way places.
Ah! Such a thing, eating flowers.
Look, don't knock it until you try it, huh?
He's like, hey,
What
hey,
happened?
listen. Don't diss the customer.
This is what I was trying to tell you
happened?
before. Look on him, everybody. Look at the quality of his work. I ask you, when I fire him, where is he going to get such another good job?
You mean I'm fired?
No, I'm electing you president from the United States. Yes, you are fired.
Gravis, you can't do that.
Who can't?
I didn't mean it.
You never mean it. You never mean it. You didn't mean it the time you put up the bouquet with the get well card in the funeral parlor and sent the black lilies to the old lady in the hospital. You didn't mean it. But this time, I, Gravis Mushnik, mean it.
He means it. Gee, Mr. Mushnick, don't I always try to do what's right? And I'm crazy about flowers. I like flowers almost as much as Audrey does.
Excellent, you're fired.
Why don't you give him a chance to resurrect himself?
I give him a chance to quit.
I ain't gonna quit.
You're a brave boy, you're fired.
But that ain't fair, Mr. Mushnick. You know what I'm doing? I'm working on a special surprise plant just for you. I'm growing a plant like you ain't never seen before.
Excellent. I can't even sell the plants I got in my shop. Out, you.
Now, wait a minute. He's got a new kind of plant you want to look at.
I don't look on flowers, Mr. Yellow Vest. I got ancestors in the flower business for 200 years, but I got one shop on Skid Row, one stinking shop. I don't even like flowers.
You don't understand what I mean. Look,
I don't even like
flower shops all over the world. And I've noticed that the places that have the most weird and unusual plants do the best business.
See?
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 What is this, a tango? All right. Explain me more.
Well, I remember one place that had a whole wall covered with poison ivy. And people came from miles around to look at that wall, and they stayed to buy.
The owner got rich.
No. He scratched himself to death in an insane asylum.
Oh, that was like little Harry.
All right. All right.
Oh my God!
You go home and you get this fancy schmancy plant and you bring it back here. And if Mr. Yellow Vest Fouch says it's a draw, you still got a job. If he don't, out you go to Bodie, right?
You don't
worry,
letting
you'll
you
like it,
spend
you'll
so
see.
much time.
Okay, now see this exterior shot. They obviously didn't do this in the 2 days they had the sets. They obviously had to do these later. But the
Man, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would have fired this guy the second he got hired.
You notice the you notice how that scene was shot. It was basically just a static shot, a few zoom ins every now and again, but basically it was shot like a play. You know, the actors, you know, had all their lines memorized and they were walking around talking to each other, and mostly it was just shot static, which is a result of how little time they had. And yet it works because the script is so good. The script is so good, and the performances are so good. The new customer, the man in the yellow vest here, as Mr. Mushnick calls him, the guy here on the left, that's Dick Miller. He's one of these. He's one of these character actors that everybody recognizes because he was in every TV show of the time, every movie of the time. He was one of the stars of Gremlins in 1983 or whatever. Yeah, he played the foul-mouthed neighbor, Mr. Fuderman, and and he was.
I didn't even recognize him.
Yeah, and he in the sequel in 1990, he was in that as well. And so was the woman playing Audrey. She played Mr. Fuderman's wife in the thing. And the people who wrote the script for Gremlins 2, they must have been aware. They must have been a fan of the two of them from Little Shop of Horrors because they had never done anything else together. But I want to show you for a second here. Let's see if I've done this right. Yeah, here's a poster for A Bucket of Blood, which was the movie that Corman had shot during the week before. Let me shrink this down a bit. I'm gonna have to futz around with
more technical issues.
Resizing this. Yeah, here's the movie poster. See, that's Dick Miller on the movie poster.
I can't see the poster. I only see the movie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I've got. Anyway, everybody else is seeing it, so we'll have to be happy with that for now. A Bucket of Blood. This is the movie that Corman was shooting during the week before. You see Dick Miller on the poster there, and it says Dick Miller, and it also says adults only on the poster. um, but it's
Really?
no,
yeah.
it's just a dumb attempt at
Blood.
a crappy horror movie.
Yeah, right.
If they would overplay these movies to try to generate shock value that didn't really exist. And here's a shot of Dick Miller. The premise of the movie is that he's an artist who he accidentally kills his landlady's cat, and he disguises the body by wrapping the cat in clay and then claiming that it's a sculpture.
Oh,
and it's so lifelike that he becomes famous for it. And so in order to make more sculptures, he has to kill people to get bodies.
Wow.
And here's another. Here's a movie poster in Spanish for the Mexican release. They renamed the movie El Loco Escultor, the Crazy Sculptor, which that title tells you the plot of the movie.
Right. I was gonna say it's a much more descriptive plot than or a title.
Yeah. But then, as I was saying, Dick Miller went on to be one of the stars of Gremlins and Gremlins 2. And Jackie Joseph, who played Audrey in Little Shop of Horrors, played Mr. Futerman's wife. And here's the two of them from the movie. This was 1990, I believe. Yeah, just some more trivia. Margie says I should show Bucket of Blood sometime. Yeah, maybe I should. I'll have to watch it myself. It depends on if it's watchable. Because some of these movies are not watchable. Let me get back to our camera and the movie here. I'll talk some more about Mel Wells and about.
I remember one place that had a whole wall covered with poison ivy. People came from miles around to look at that wall. And
I think you can tell how much Dick Miller enjoys being.
No, he scratched himself to death in an insane asylum.
Oh, that was my cousin Harry.
All right.
I think you can tell how much Dick Miller enjoys being
you go home and you get
the center of attention here.
Plant and you bring it back here. And if Mr. Yellow Vest Fouch says it's a draw, you still got a job. If he don't, out you go to both of you, right?
Don't worry, you'll like it. You'll
if he
see.
thinks it's delicious,
Miranda is pointing out the poster, the poster behind the cash register that says "Lots of plants cheap."
I didn't catch that one.
Yeah, the posters are written in like pidgin English.
Listening to music for old invalids. Our next selection is entitled "Sick Room Serenade."
Seymour, is that you?
Yeah, Ma.
Come in here, look at my tongue.
But Ma, I already seen your tongue.
Have you no sympathy for your poor mother? Laughing at her,
I just noticed
mocking her
something.
illness, and she's
You
got
could see
one foot
the
in grave?
you could see the scaffolding
you
above
never mean it. Oh, come on, look at my tongue.
above the set there for a second.
Tongue's a tongue, Ma.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I missed it.
when he went running through the door after he tripped on the bucket, look at the top of the screen and watch the camera bob up and down.
Have you no sympathy for your poor mother?
Did you see that?
Laughing at her and mocking her
Oh
illness,
yeah,
and
kind of
she's got
that
one foot
break
in
in
the grave?
between the rooms.
Yeah.
Oh, you never mean it. Oh, come on, look at my tongue.
A tongue's a tongue, Ma. They all look the same to me.
Oh, did you stop at Dr. Mallard's and get the results of my tests?
Yeah, he said there's nothing wrong with you.
Oh, not Dr. Mallard. He's one doctor I thought would tell the truth.
He said you should be playing fullback for the Rams.
He wants me dead. I'll bet he's assistant coroner.
Ma, I gotta go.
And I know I've got my goiter's coming back. I can feel it every morning after breakfast.
Yeah, that's when you take those great...
What you got, a little surprise for me?
Open it up and see.
All right.
This guy just can't do anything, can he?
Yeah.
Dr. Slurp Saddle's famous tonic.
Slurp Saddle.
To be taken internally or externally for pain and neuritis, neuralgia, headache. If hit by a truck, call your physician. Alcoholic contact, 98%. Seymour, you'll never know what this is gonna do for me.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I can feel that surge of warm health going through me already.
Warm
Look,
health.
I gotta get my plant and hurry back to the shop.
You mean that lousy weed out in the kitchen?
Yeah, and if Mr. Mushnick doesn't like it, he's gonna fire me.
I'm calling it now. The end of this movie is the plant. The plant is gonna get eaten by that yellow dust guy, and he's gonna save the world.
This morning when I went to work, I wish I knew what to do with it.
That would be good.
You asked me, I'd pitch it out in the trash.
And I don't think anyone's done that variation.
Look, Ma, I gotta hurry. Can I bring you anything?
Oh, yeah. Bring me the evening news.
I don't understand how you can. It's like the Chekhov's gun. I don't understand how you can introduce a guy that eats plants in the beginning, not use them at the end.
Never occurred to me. Honestly.
Hey, put this on my bill.
Well, here it is, everybody. What do you think of it?
Well, it sure is different.
It looks delicious, but don't you think it's kind of stale?
Well, it hasn't been feeling too well.
You call that a fancy plant? It looks like it never spent an LT day in its entire life.
I don't care. I like it anyway.
You like even skunk cabbage.
Yeah. What kind of a plant is this, Seymour?
Well, I'm not sure. I got the seeds from a Japanese gardener over on Central Avenue. He found them in with an order he got from a plantation next to a cranberry farm.
Fine. You don't even know what is this plant you're growing.
Well, I gave it a name.
What name?
What? You gave it a dirty name? You can't even mention it?
Well, I named it Audrey Jr.
You named it after me. Oh, really? That's the most exciting thing anyone's ever done to me.
You poor kid.
I don't think it's so much I should keep on spending
So that's where the
$10
money comes
a
from.
week on your salary.
But Gravis,
I was
he named
wondering
it
why it
after
was
me.
Dodgy.
I know, and if they keep it, they'll name it Mushnick's Folly because I'll be in jail for non-payment of taxes.
Are you crazy? You. That's probably the only plant of its kind in the world. Don't you realize if Seymour can nurse that thing back to health, you'll have people coming here from all over?
You think so, you found?
I know so, you mushnick. Now, that's all I'm saying on the subject. Besides, I've got to get home. My wife's making gardenias for dinner.
Good night,
This
Grandma.
guy.
And I'll see
He
you
is my
tomorrow.
favorite.
Crazy about kosher flowers.
Kosher
He's a nice
flowers.
man.
Maybe he knows what he's talking about. Maybe he's not so stupid. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll keep you and this Dumbbell Junior for a week. If you can noise it back to health, you
Dumbbell
both can stay.
Junior.
If you can't, you're both fired.
Oh, gee, thank you, Mr. Mushnick.
Don't feel sad, Seymour.
Don't waste your pity on me, Audrey. I'm not worth it.
Who says you're not?
Everybody.
Yeah, I know. I think you're a fine figurative of a man, and I know that Audrey
Killing
Jr.
this
will be
guy.
the sweetest thing in the whole wide world.
Well, I don't know. I've given it every kind of fancy fertilizer and atomic plant food and distilled mineral water you can buy, but it just gets sicker and sicker.
Don't worry.
Atomic.
You're going to be another Luther Glendale.
Pasadena.
Burbank.
I've never understood that exchange they just had
Night,
there.
Audrey.
No
said-
clue.
You'll be another Luther Glendale. She meant Luther Burbank. So she says Luther Glendale, and he says Pasadena, and then she says Burbank. So they just take turns naming suburbs of Los Angeles.
Weird.
Luther Burbank, I think, was a he was a rich guy, philanthropist or whatever.
I think that he's so dumb that I think Seymour is such a dumb guy that he tried to correct her but used the wrong one, and then she tried to correct him.
Maybe
I don't know. They might have
maybe-
canceled out each other's wavelengths of dumbbell.
I know that some people have had debates about what that exchange was supposed to mean, and I don't think it means anything. I think it just sounds dumb.
Probably not.
Yeah. Anyway, now that we've talked about Jackie Joseph there on the left with Dick Miller, I'm going to show. You may not be able to hear this, unless I switch. No, you won't be able to hear it.
What?
I'm gonna show the other thing. The thing that I know Jackie Joseph for. I grew up hearing her voice on Josie and the Pussycats cartoon. She was the voice of Melody on the Josie and the Pussycats cartoons. That's what I know her for. When I first saw this movie on television, I recognized her voice immediately. I was like, that's Melody from Josie and the Pussycats. The voice always stood out to me on that cartoon because she was obviously not. She was not one of the regular Hanna-Barbera voices. The Hanna-Barbera had a stable of voices that all did the same shows. They all did Josie and the Pussycats. They all did Scooby-Doo. They all did Funky Phantom. They all did Goober and the Ghost Chasers. But then she came in as Melody, and she was so different from the others. And I put together a short montage of clips of Melody. Someone from Mixer came in. S.K. Jervoy came in. He said, "Isn't Nicholson in this?" I think it was one of his first movies. You're right, and I'll show you. We'll see that. We'll see that later. Thank you for joining us, SK, on Mixer. How did you find us, by the way? Let us know. Let us know how you found us. I'm going to switch over to. Which camera did I have this on? Okay. I'm going to change the window capture to here we go. Okay, everyone should be able to see, everyone except CJ should be able to see this. And I'm going to play some clips of Jackie Joseph as Melody from Josie and the Pussycats.
Your order, please.
Oh, goody. I want a pizza with everything.
For all we know, we could be headed for oblivion.
My Discord
I've never been to Oblivion.
is
It sounds like a groovy place.
incredibly long.
Back, or is that back?
We'd better try to wake this guy up.
How about trying smelling salts? Okay. Yep, they still smell. Phew! Pardon me, sir. Would you help me with this zipper? Oh, no! You just blew our cover, Melody!
Okay. That's it for the clips of Melody. I'm going to switch back to the image view.
There we go.
And then come back to... Okay. Okay, your face is gone. We can't see your face anymore.
Yep, hold on. Fixing that.
Yeah.
There it
Anyway,
goes.
I wanted to show those clips of Jackie Joseph as doing the voice of Melody on... yeah, we don't see... We don't see you
there
now.
you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to fix this here.
That was super
There we
weird.
go.
My Discord imploded on itself for no reason.
Okay. Well. Okay. You're back. You're back to normal. SK says he found us. He was looking at web shows on Mixer and found us. Well, welcome.
Thanks.
We're watching through the original Little Shop of Horrors, and stopping all the way through it and talking about it and interrupting it and just making a general mess of the whole thing. So yeah, that was Jackie Joseph as the voice of Melody, and as I was saying before, I always liked that voice because she was so different from the other voice actors, and she had that really charming laugh that she used all the time. So Jackie Joseph was a Broadway performer, a dancer, and a singer. She was married to Ken Berry for some time, and she was on the Andy Griffith Show. She played a girlfriend of Ernest T. Bass on Andy Griffith. But of course, there's nothing there's nothing country about Jackie Joseph. There was nothing Andy Griffith Show about Jackie Joseph. I don't know. She obviously got the part because she was an actor in Hollywood. SK says Roger Corman. Yes, that's Roger Corman. And we'll get back to the movie right now.
What's the matter, little plant? Haven't I done everything I could for you? Where did I goof? You're the first little plant I ever tried to grow, and if you die, I don't know what I'll do. Please don't die. I'll get you some water, okay?
How he sees that sunset from Skid Row, I don't know.
Oh, gee. You opened up just like you do every night at sunset. I wish I knew how to make you grow. Here, let me move this out of your way so you can breathe. Ow! Ow, 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 ow! Hey, what happened? How
Yes,
come you
delicious
woke up?
blood.
Blood? You like blood? Oh, you must be kidding. Well, we'll see.
Well, at least he figured it out pretty quickly. Why are you?
You don't know what I'm doing for you.
Yeah, like you're already bleeding.
Oh, who would have thought it? Well, I guess there's just no accounting for people's tastes.
You little blood.
He's got signs in the window to come see Audrey Jr. now. Look on the fantastic new plant. Fantastic filled with a PH.
And a K.
You're the most magnanimous person in the whole world.
Look on him, Audrey. Isn't he beautiful?
Unanimous.
Isn't he delicious? Isn't he got the $2 raise? What happened to your fingers?
Bee stings. So how come I'm all of a sudden so wonderful?
5 bees, one for each finger?
10 bees. Did you say I was getting a $2 raise?
Correct, my very excellent Seymour. 10 bees.
What did I do now?
Don't you know what you did? Just look.
Oh, boy, look at that. It grew. It's almost a foot long.
Isn't it empirical?
It grows like a cold sore from the lip. Oh, hello, young pretty ladies. What can Gravis Mushnick do for you?
Well, we saw your sign outside. About the Audrey Jr. So we thought we'd come in and take a look.
Well, give a look.
That makes 4 people today who've come in just to look at it.
Oh, Dick, Shirley. Is that just too
Audrey.
much? Oh, what kind of plant is it?
It's an Audrey Jr.
Where was it you got in trouble with 10 bees?
Well, is that all? I mean, doesn't it have a scientific name?
Yes, of course, but who could denounce it? You would like maybe to buy something.
Well, we don't have any money, except $2,000. But that's just to spend on flowers.
So we don't have any of our own.
Isn't that a drag?
You got just $2,000 just for to spend
Yes.
on flowers?
That's right.
Who died? The Chamber of Commerce?
Well, we're from Cucamonga High School. We're building a float for the Rose Bowl parade. Which is made out of flowers. Thousands of them. And we're on the committee that picks the florist.
And then glues on the flowers.
Gee, that sure is a mad plant. Wow, yeah.
Seymour here invented it.
He did.
Thousands of people. Girls.
Hello,
Please
I
tell
have
them
invented
it's
a
the
plant.
horticulture is. Tell me, how come you don't buy all these thousands of flowers from Gravis Mushnick? My flowers got something the others don't.
What's that?
They're cheap.
What
Well,
is
gee,
that?
if your
That's
shop
cheap.
is good enough to develop the Audrey Jr., I guess it can get us everything we need. Yeah, we'll talk it over with the rest of the committee. Well, we
Excellent.
gotta run now. Bye, all. Bye, Seymour.
Bye. Bye, girls. A son. A son. Look, Audrey. I got a son.
Oh, gee, Mr. Mushnick.
What,
A
Mr.
son.
Mushnick? I don't want you should call me Mr.
How
Mushnick
quickly
anymore. I
this
want
guy
you should call
flipped.
me Dad.
Okay, Dad.
Isn't that beautiful?
Seymour Krellboyne, come over here, my son. I
You
want
are
to
now
talk on you
Seymour
about the
Mushnick.
future. Look on this fly trap. Look on it. Soon we got no more Skid Row. We will be rich, us. I am building for you a giant greenhouse in which you are making impossible flowers, which in turn I am selling at ridiculous prices in my giant new flower saloon in Beverly Hills. You see that big sign in the sky? It is saying Gravis Mushnick in French.
Isn't it exciting? And we'll have an orchestra right by the cash register. And Gravis will wave his arms. And the orchestra will play Mendelssohn's spring song. And I'll come out in a gown wrapped by somebody expensive and say,
The carnations are $600 a dozen, 2 dozen for 1,000.
It's a bargain.
Get him while they last.
It's a bargain.
My Uncle Moshe's brother Yanko just passed away, Tenafly, New Jersey. Tell me, how much are the carnations today?
The carnations are $600 a dozen.
Why are they letting him run around loose?
Please excuse my son.
Why are you letting him run
Just
around
put
loose?
anything in the store and it is yours.
I mean,
That's right.
the cash register maybe, huh?
Wait a minute. Here are several dozen carnations on the house, courtesy of Gravis Mushnik the Bloom Tycoon.
That's my dad.
Thanks.
That's my dad.
Only tell me, why are you so happy? Not only did my Uncle Moshe's brother Yanko die, Tenafly, New Jersey. You should also give some flowers to that poor dead plant there. Good morning, Mr. Mushnik. Good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. Shiver.
Look what happened to my plant, Dad.
Who are you calling Dad? Who?
Oh, no. And it was so beautiful just a few seconds ago.
Excellent. Just a few seconds ago, I gave away dozens of carnations free to Mrs. Shiver.
I didn't mean it.
You have perhaps an explanation.
No, but if you give me a minute, I'll think of one.
I can see it all now. We are in the poorhouse. That big sign in the sky, it is reading, Seymour Krelboyne, rest in peace, in Arabic.
Oh, you've got to give him another chance.
Promise me a week, Mr. Mushnik. I'll sit up all night with that plant. It'll be healthy in the morning. You'll see. I promise. I promise.
Like, man. Now I gotta slice up my whole hands for this thing.
That sign in the sky, it says, "Here lies Seymour Krelboyne." In Arabic!
Feed me.
Feed me! Who said that? You said that. You said that.
Feed me.
You said that. You can talk. I got a talking plant. Say it again.
Feed me.
Feed me.
Boy, I never been to college and I ain't been around much. But I'd have been willing to bet there ain't no such thing as a talking plant. But I'll take your word for it. Gee, Junior, I'd
Do
like
not
to
let your
feed you.
fingers get too close
I
to that
used up all
thing.
my fingers. Look at me, I'm all cut to pieces. But maybe I can find another drop here someplace. That's the best I can do.
They have juice
More.
But I'm already anemic.
They got one of the pussycats in this. Or,
More.
Gee, Junior,
is this
I'd be
guy's
happy to
voiced
give you
by
anything I got.
Smoke
but I gotta
Coke
keep a little blood
Rodriguez?
for myself or I'll be in worse shape than Mom. I'm sorry, Junior. Oh, I'll go for a walk. Maybe I'll think of something.
Yeah, SK says this isn't Psycho or Magnificent Seven, but pretty entertaining for a small budget. Yeah, SK, Roger Corman shot the interiors, all the interior footage on this movie in 2 days. He'd spent the previous week shooting another movie, and they still had the sets for 2 days, so he said, let's shoot another movie. That's Roger Corman. You think this is going to turn out badly, CJ?
Maybe.
You think maybe?
Oh. Well, I mean, with his luck and coordination, oh wow. Oh, very bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Carissa says, "Oops."
You've got that bucket, so.
Yeah. There's a convenient burlap sack. And Carissa points out, surprisingly light for a human. Yeah, that guy's body was shrunk by like half.
Yeah, I thought he just put in a bunch of pieces.
Feed me.
Feed me. Look, Chowhound, don't bother me. I got problems of my own.
Feed me.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
pal.
feed
I'm
him
a
those
fish out of blood.
problems.
Talk to
Nobody knows
somebody else.
what.
I'm hungry.
I don't care what you are. Can't you see I'm knocked out? I just killed a man. I'm a murderer. You think it's fun to be a murderer? You think it's fun to haul around a sack full of
food?
Oh, no, Junior. What kind of guy do you think I am?
I'm starved.
Well, maybe just a snack.
Ooh. I love this Plaza place.
Huh? That looks great.
Like, I wasn't really expecting the, like, big popper, like, oh, baby!
That is what I call a salad.
But I do really like it. It's really funny to
before the
me.
next course,
Listen to what she just said here. This is something that goes by quickly and people miss it.
Cesarean.
now that is what I call a salad. What do you call that salad?
Cesarean.
Well, before the next
Cesarean.
course,
Cesarean.
have a nice cigar.
He says, "What do you call the salad?" She says, "Cesarean."
Like maybe a cigar?
Instead of a Caesar.
You don't smoke cigars. What am I thinking about? Where are the matches? Oh, oi. You know what I found? I'm looking for the matches, and I found I left the money in the other suit.
Here's your mock chicken legs.
You don't have any money?
Mock chicken legs.
So what else is new?
All right. I made a mistake. After all, a man is entitled.
Go on, this is your story. I'll wait for the punch.
Don't get smart with me, girlie. I'll have you know that in my shop in the cash register,
You don't want
I'm
to know
having
money.
the total day's receipts, which is summing up to more than $9. You'll bring the rest of the food, then I'll go to the shop and get the money.
You're playing my favorite song. Now look here, Buster. One of you is going to go down right now and get the loot, while the other one stays here until the first one gets back, if you get what I mean.
Oh, fine. In this fancy schmancy restaurant, you are holding hostages, right?
All right.
Excellent. You eat up, Audrey. I'll be back in a flash with the cash.
Bye, Gravis.
Okay, I put my microphone back on. I think I'll be heard better this way. Nice rhyme, Carissa says.
Reason to be jolly. La, 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 la. It's the season to be jolly. La, 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 la.
Why is he singing a Christmas song?
La, 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 la. It's the season to be jolly. La, 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 la.
You flush now, right?
Bring me whiskey, rum, wine, gin, bourbon.
What?
Scotch, rye, tequila, sake, Manischewitz.
Did you bring the money?
Don't bug me with the money. I got to get drunk now.
What flipped him?
I don't know.
Look here, take it. Bring me anything. Bring me everything. Creme de mint. Everything you got.
Okay.
Gravis, What happened?
Don't ask.
You look like you've seen a ghost.
Ghosts I could handle. Don't ask.
Why don't you tell me? Maybe I could help you.
Help you couldn't.
Try and eat something. It'll calm your aggravation.
Aggravation.
In mine own shop. Audrey, you wouldn't believe it.
I wish you'd break out and tell me.
All right, I'll tell you tomorrow, right after I am telling the police.
But Mushnick didn't come to the police. If he had, that might have been the finish of the unhappy story. It was not.
You've still got the police narration going on here.
Hi, Gravis. $85 worth of business already, and we barely opened.
What did I tell you? You wouldn't be interested in selling a half interest in this place, huh?
Mr. Mushnick, we talked to the committee, and they said we could use your flower on the float. Hey, guess what? We're going to feature Audrey Jr. Right on top.
Boy.
Can't you just picture it?
Oh,
Oh, won't the people just eat it up?
Eat up the people.
And we're going to have the big part of it open.
Eat up the people.
Wait, with her crown and scepter. She'll be so cute. Oh, you could just eat her up.
Eat up the girl.
Oh, there's Seymour!
You. Come
Oh, my
here.
jaw, I got a toothache, it hurts. Oh, let go of my jaw. Oh, my jaw. Oh.
Now, Seymour, talk on me.
I got a toothache. What do you want to talk about?
That plant, is that a nice subject for to talk?
The plant is great. It's 4 times bigger than it was yesterday.
I saw. How come the plant is now so big?
I don't know. But look at all them people out there. We only been open a half hour, and we already done $70 worth of business.
85. Now look, Seymour.
85.
You gave this plant a fancy name, Audrey Jr., but I want to know right now, what do just people call it?
Well, it's a cross between a Butterworth and a Venus flytrap.
Venus flytrap. And what are the habits of this Venus flytrap?
Well, the book says it eats insects. It eats them 3 times in its life, and then it's full grown.
Excellent. And how many times is this one eat?
Well, once or twice.
You don't remember?
Well, this is kind of an unusual type flytrap.
That is a possibility.
They never eat again. I don't see how it could get any bigger.
Then you think it don't need any more flies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
my
think
tooth
it
is
needs
just
more
killing
flies.
All right, excellent. You run along to the dentist. I'll take care of things here.
Thanks, boss.
Gravis, we've got to order more flowers. Tons of them.
I'm making lots of money.
Well, I mean,
And here he goes to this sadist dentist.
Yep, regular dentistry.
Fill up the date, you deadbeat. Go ahead and run, you sniveling dog. Go ahead and run. I'm glad I heard you. I'm glad.
Seymour,
Got a bad tooth, huh? No, I thought this was the men's room. Seymour, come back here, you bad dog. You get in there. So, you are the young man who ruined my gladiolas, huh? Sit down. Come on.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, you messed his flowers up.
What?
You got.
My tooth
You don't like a
stopped
dentist
hurting.
with a
Yes,
grudge.
No. Sit. Shut up and open up. Uh-huh. Does that hurt?
Yeah!
Good, you haven't felt anything yet. Uh-huh.
It's just shit over here.
Seymour, who was the dentist here, you or me? I'll find that tooth. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Look at that stalagmite. But don't worry, it's going to be an easy one, Seymour. I won't even use Novocaine.
Oh, you broke the mirror in my mouth.
Well, don't tell me about it, stupid. Just swallow it. All right, yes. Let's see now, Seymour. Let's see, I'll have this one and this one.
and that one, and I have to have this one,
There's
Seymour.
only one, too.
Seymour, who is the dentist here, you or me? Are you practicing dentistry without a license? No. All right. Let's see. Oh, Seymour, Seymour, don't be mad. Look at that. Will you look at that, Seymour? I didn't know you were an elk. You know, I can't afford an assistant. So I get this ready instant mix. Doesn't last very long, but it tastes good. All right, Seymour.
Oh, stay away from me.
Seymour.
You're trying to kill me.
A duel. Aha.
A duel.
Is this Doctor's office?
Just a minute.
What's up with this creepy guy?
I see it is.
Pain.
You can come in now.
Pain magazine, huh?
Do you recognize this guy?
No. Is this Nicholson?
My name is Wilberforce.
Wilberforce what?
No.
Just Wilberforce. My first name
Oh,
is Wilbur.
yeah,
My
it
last
is.
name is Force. I don't have a middle name.
Well, you have an appointment, maybe?
No, but you were very highly recommended to me by one of your patients, Mrs. S. Shiva. I do a lot of undertaking for her relatives.
Well, as you can see, I have a customer now, and I'm all booked up for the rest of the day, so you'll have to come back tomorrow.
Oh, I couldn't do that. I have 3 or 4 abscesses, a touch of pyorrhea, 9 or 10 cavities. I lost my pivot tooth, and I'm in terrible pain.
Well, I can't help you today.
Oh, that's all right. I'll just wait outside.
I'm going to pause here for a second because we got raided.
Oh!
Yeah, we got raided by a whole bunch of people from Morbid Heart Designs. Morbid Heart, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sending all the people over. Morbid Heart Designs, Ixar 121, Penguin McCool, Mr. Fox Guy, Little Red Riot Hood. Let's say, what's up, gentlemen? She says, you are welcome. Thank you all for coming. She actually told me she was going to do this. So I shouldn't be too surprised. But yeah, thank you all. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. And we do have some of the movie left, so we'll continue here. And I'm joined by CJ DaMocha.
Hello, everybody.
Whom I know from the Seattle Online Broadcasters Association. He's in California right now, and he's going to have to go in about half an hour. But we will watch the rest of the movie. This is, of course, Jack Nicholson. I think everyone knows that at this point. I watched this with a couple of guys. CJ, I watched this.
A patient came to me with a large hole in his abdomen, caused by a fire poker used on him by his wife. He almost bled to death and gangrene had set in. I didn't give him much of a chance. There were other complications. The man had cancer,
I've never seen a young Jack Nicholson
leprosy,
before.
and a touch of the grip. I decided to operate.
My patient just left. You could come in now.
Oh, goody.
I couldn't tell that it was him from his face, but his voice, I definitely knew up from.
I
watched this movie last summer with. I streamed it with.
Go to the dentist, but I rather enjoy it myself, don't you? I mean, there's a real feeling of growth, of
Jack Nicholson.
Progress when that old drill goes in. I mean, I'd almost rather go to the dentist than anywhere, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Now, no Novocaine. It dulls the senses.
This is gonna hurt you more than it is me.
Oh, goody, goody, here it comes.
Oh my
This is
God! Don't
ridiculous.
stop now! Well, I made a lot of holes, and now I gotta fill it up with this here silver stuff.
Well, aren't you gonna pull any?
Well,
Oh, go on.
Well, it's your mouth.
But I streamed this last summer with with Captain Zemo and Richter, whom you both know. You know both of them,
Quite an
CJ.
afternoon. I can truly say I've never enjoyed myself so much. I'll recommend you to all my friends.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye now.
I recommend it to all my friends. Ugh.
But we talked about Jack Nicholson all through this scene, and then at the end of the movie.
Oh, take it easy,
Look at
Dracula.
this.
What do you think I'm carrying here? My dirty laundry? I'm coming
I
already.
can't believe he killed the dentist in a duel.
But at the end of the movie, Zemo mentioned Jack Nicholson. And again, this is the end of the movie. After we watched the whole thing, he mentioned Jack Nicholson, and Richter said, "That was Jack Nicholson?" He hadn't been paying attention.
Well, goodbye, Dr. Farr. You may have been a crummy dentist, but you were a nice fella. I never meant to kill anybody in my whole life. I've killed 2 in the last 2 days. Well, the
You
gas
challenged
coming
him
at
to
me
a
with that
duel.
knife and all. Fun voyage, Dr. Farr. You want anything else? See you in the morning.
He's a huge actor.
But Morbid Heart Design is saying, if I didn't schedule a special event on my channel, I would have been here. Yeah, you told me about that too. I understood. She says, will you be sharing this one again or in person when things open again? Things aren't going to open up again.
Come in.
Now here's the cops, finally, that have been narrating this whole
Come on in,
time.
Frank. How's the wife, Frank?
Not bad, Joe.
Glad to hear it. The kids?
Lost one yesterday.
Lost one, eh? How'd that happen?
Playing some matches.
Well, those are breaks.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, those the breaks.
Got a strange one here.
That was the
Railroad
breaks.
people say they lost one of their best detectives the other night.
Oh, yeah?
Down by the yards. He was watching the refrigerator cars.
Refrigerator cars.
Ice thieves.
Oh, yeah? What happened?
Don't know. Vanished. Blood on tracks.
Booze?
None.
Anything else?
Dennis. Farb.
Dead?
Missing.
Oh, they're investigating
Blood in
them.
office.
Where?
Skid Row.
Ideas?
None.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody who came over from Morbid, please
Now
give
we
us
are
a
on the
subscribe.
case.
Please follow us
Officer
here on
Frank
Twitch.
Stooley and me. My name is Fink. Sergeant Joe Fink. I'm a Fink.
Fake?
I'm a
Joe Fake?
Yeah.
Oh, Fake. Oh, jeez.
Morning, Mr.
Take
Mushnick.
it from the store.
Oh, boy, look at that.
Hi, everybody. Oh, my gosh.
Ain't it something?
It's monstrosity.
Yeah.
And to think that you did it.
Gee, Audrey, you don't have to kiss me.
Don't you like me to kiss you?
Yeah, but you don't like to kiss me.
Why shouldn't I?
Nobody else ever did.
Well, I do like to.
You do? You really do? You like to kiss me?
Sure I do.
Would you like to kiss me again?
Okay.
That plant?
Oh, boy, you kiss good, Audrey.
Yeah, he doesn't
guess I just
he doesn't
haven't
care about that
kissed her.
play anymore.
How did it?
Would you like to go out on a date with me some night?
When?
Oh, sure I would, Seymour. Anytime.
Tonight?
Okay.
Oh, boy.
About that plant.
We got the list of flowers for the float, for the rose parade.
I can't talk to you now, girls. Talk on Audrey.
We got
Could
the
they even
list for
put
the
that on a
float.
float?
Okay, let's take a look at it. Okay.
Hi, what's cooking?
Look at my plant.
My, with a large one.
Yeah.
Just pulls the flower off the guy's shirt.
What's
Wow.
new?
Oh, I got terrible news. My nephew Frankie just lost his little boy.
Oh, that's too
You
bad.
need to,
What
like,
had happened?
start.
He was
You
playing
need
with
to let
matches.
her
Would you
adopt
like to
this
buy maybe
plant,
some
so
flowers?
she can just feed it
He
her
got about
relatives.
50 cents worth.
Well, I'll get them for you. Look at my plant.
I'm looking.
Thank you for the follow, Penguin McCool.
Your name Gravis Mushnick?
Mushnick Gravis. That's my name.
Just want to ask you a few questions.
Questions, ask me.
Just want to ask you a few questions.
I didn't do it.
Do what?
Whatever.
Ever see this man?
Man, see picture.
Why are you so nervous?
You got a guilty conscience?
No, why should I?
Ever see this man?
Man, see the picture. Dr. Farb.
So you know him?
My dentist. He maybe did something.
Disappeared.
Blood in his office.
The other man, too. Blood in the railroad tracks.
And few spare parts.
Dr. Farb is murdered.
Is he?
Well,
Who knows? Not me.
Who was he?
What do you think?
He's just a random guy who got hit by a train.
Okay, Mushnick. If you hear anything about these men, call our office.
Sure, I'll be glad to cooperate with the police.
Hello, Aunt Sitting.
Oh, isn't it terrible what happened to your boy, Frankie?
Those are the brakes.
That's the break.
All right, Seymour. Now you tell me if that plant is finished all grown up.
He's finished all growing up.
You wouldn't kid your father.
My father came home.
Me, idiot! It's a finger of speech. Now look.
Me, idiot!
I can't stand any more of that plant. It's growing me
So
out of house and home.
Father came here?
Well, it ain't gonna grow anymore, I promise.
How can you be so sure?
It ate 3 times already.
What did it eat this time?
Well, about 1 million Japanese beetles.
So don't eat no more.
It's full.
Gravis! There's a lady from some kind of a commitment outside. I think it's important.
A lady of some kind of
Excellent.
commitment outside.
By the by, I understand you want to take Audrey out on a date tonight. That's very good with me, because I am staying to keep an eye on that Meshuggah plant.
Where are we
So,
going to go tonight, Seymour?
Oh, I just remembered I don't have any money.
Well, that's okay. We could take a walk along the ocean or something.
I got a great idea. We can eat dinner at my house. My mom's a great cook.
Well, that's swell.
Oh, boy, I'll call
I
her
think
later
that's a
and
bad
tell her.
idea.
Hold on a second, I gotta plug this computer in.
Oh, that's remarkable.
You like?
Oh, I neither like nor dislike anything, my goodness. I happen to represent the Society of Silent Flower Observers of Southern California.
How about that?
Tell me, who created this magnificent bloom?
I did, me.
And what might your name be?
Seymour Krelboyne with a K.
Krelboyne.
Krelboyne.
Raised it in a coffee can.
Crow boy. What a crow boy.
Tell me, Mr. Krelboyne, is this a freak, or can more be raised from the sea?
We should live so long.
Well, I don't think there are going to be any more, Miss,
Fuschtwanger. Mrs. Hortense Fuschtwanger.
I think this is going to be the only one, Mrs. Fishswinger.
Fuschtwanger.
Fishswanger.
It's probably indigestible anyway.
At any
It's
rate,
probably indigestible anyway.
I have the honor to tell you, Seymour Krelboyne, that you have been selected to receive the annual trophy of the Society of Silent Flower Observers of Southern California.
A trophy? Me?
Such is
The
justice.
silent flying observers.
Tell me, when do you suppose those large buds will open?
Well, according to what the book says about the plants that I crossed, they should open day after tomorrow at sunset.
Ah, very well. Then I shall return at that time to present the trophy. Good day. Remarkable.
So Dick Miller said the plant is probably indigestible.
Oh, boy, I'm going to get a trophy.
Oh, Seymour,
So
I'm
he's
so
not gonna eat
proud
it.
of you.
Oh, a real trophy.
Man.
Andre Jr. We can put it on the float.
In the Rose Parade.
Oh, boy.
I was hoping he would be our unsung hero.
Don't look at me. I'm a terrible sight. I'm a complete sea hag.
She always says that.
Oh, well, it's true.
Sea
I
hag.
haven't been feeling very well lately.
Audrey.
I'm going to pause this and show you a little bit about the guy playing Seymour Krelboyne. Morbid Heart Design says I might steal that. Yeah, that's a great line. It's, don't look at me. I'm a complete sea hag. I like that. I'm going to stop here and talk a little bit about the guy playing Seymour Krelboyne. He doesn't have very many credits. He did almost nothing. He appeared in a few other Roger Corman films, particularly The Viking Women and the Sea Serpent, which was on Mystery Science Theater. And I did discover that he wrote a movie called Invasion of the Star Creatures, and I'm showing a poster for it now. It has this spectacular movie poster, which of course completely misrepresents the film. On Wikipedia, it says that it has received almost no praise from any critic. That's the way they phrased it. It was written as a comedy. Apparently, he was trying to do the same kind of thing that happened so accidentally with Little Shop of Horrors. Penguin McCool says that's a great poster. Yeah, it is a great poster. And look at these other. It is a really cool poster. Look. Are you seeing it? Can you see it?
I'm looking at it on the Twitch.
Okay. All right. So, and look at these. Look at these other screenshots. I really like the look of the costumes on these space women. These stills look fantastic. I actually watched I found the trailer for the film. The trailer is intolerable. It's not watchable. And it's being played for really high comedy, Three Stooges kind of comedy, and boy is it bad. But look at these other still pictures here, how they've got these space women. They're like 2 feet taller than the men. They're like gigantically tall, and I love that look. I absolutely love that look. That's the only thing.
The Glamazonian look.
Yeah, the Glamazon. That's a good way of putting it. I love their look, and I love how tall they are, and I like this poster. It is a great poster, but look up the trailer for Invasion of the Star Creatures, and the trailer is trying to be funny. That's a bad approach to a science fiction movie trailer. But aside from this, he did almost nothing. Now I'm going to show you. I'm going to talk about Mel Wells, who's playing Mr. Mushnick here. He turned out to be really interesting. He did lots and lots of movies, lots of TV shows. He was fluent in 5 languages. He was a bit player in all of them. He was never a star of anything. He was in a number of other Roger Corman pictures, like The She Creature and The X from Outer Space. You know, things that you wouldn't know him for. He apparently said that Little Shop of Horrors was his favorite movie, which I
can see why.
Yeah, you can see why, because he was really highlighted in this thing. But then here's the most interesting thing that I found. In the late 1970s, Mel Wells, Mr. Mushnick, he co-wrote and directed the American translation of Spectre-Man, which was a Japanese superhero series, a really pale, bad ripoff of Ultraman.
Oh my god!
Which I have never watched. And apparently, according to Wikipedia, the American translation of this series has this really snappy, humorous patter to it, which is obviously Mel Wells' contribution to it. So I'll have to see it. See, there's his credit as associate producer, and there's his English version directed by Mel Wells. I was only able to get these crap screen captures. So I'll have to.
This is definitely a terrible Ultraman knockoff.
Yeah. You can tell just by the screen captures. All right, let's get back to the movie. This with the really uncomfortable dinner scene.
This is my ma, Winifred Krellboing. Ma, this is Audrey Fulcourt. She's my girl.
Hi, Audrey. Are you hungry?
I sure am. I could eat a hearse.
Oh, well, sit right down, and I'll go get the first course.
See, if she had that would be fine.
You want me to take your sweater?
I could eat it first.
Penguin McCool was asking, what was the guy's name? Are you talking about the guy playing Seymour? Jeez, what was his name?
Never mind that.
I've already forgotten.
Well, now try this. Dr. Flynn's cough syrup.
God.
To Audrey Jr.
No, to Audrey Sr.
He's gonna fall in the plant.
You glutton, you. Tonight I keep an eye on you. I don't let nobody get near you.
Give me your sandwich.
Just eat right in front of it.
I don't touch it till I get the flavoring.
You get the flavoring.
Gee, Audrey, you sure look good by candlelight.
Oh, do I really, Seymour?
Yeah.
Now try it.
Sure smells different.
It's different.
Some kind of oil, isn't it?
Cod liver oil. Wonderful for the colon.
And that's sulfur powder on the top.
Salsa powder.
Sulfur powder.
I'm hungry.
Open it is.
Feed me.
I didn't hear it.
Feed me.
I heard it.
I want food.
A talking plant we got.
I'm hungry.
No. Hungry. And other fine kettlefen fish. Who would you like to have tonight?
You look fat enough.
We not only got a talking plant, we got one that makes with smart cracks. Will you listen to me, you botanical bum? Food you wouldn't get. Not from Gravis Mushnik.
I'm starved.
Excellent. You would unpopulate the old Skid Row. Well, you can forget about it. You wouldn't get fed from Gravis Mushnik tonight. Good night.
You'll get yours.
You'll get yours.
You notice this isn't a voiceover. There's a guy standing off camera doing the voice.
If it tastes a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's made of Chinese herbs and it's flavored with acromyas and Epsom salts.
There ain't another cook in the whole world like my ma.
That's what your old man said before the louse ran out on me. You know, if you're going to be married,
That's what your old man said before he ran out.
Maybe you could teach me.
You thinking of getting married?
Well, he hasn't asked me yet.
Who hasn't?
Seymour.
Seymour's too young to get married.
Uh-oh.
A boy's got to go out and play around a little bit. Go out on the make have a ball.
Seymour, I don't want to have a ball. I want to be with Audrey.
No, look, Seymour. You promised you wouldn't get married until you bought me an iron lung.
You've been breathing for years, Ma.
Well, it ain't easy. It ain't easy, son.
Miranda says that she was the voice actor for Audrey 2 on stage once. That's really interesting. I did not know that. And I'm going to pause here for a second. The Penguin McCool was asking, who did I say made that Star Creatures movie? The guy who played Seymour in this movie wrote the Star Creatures movie. I can't think of his name right now. I'm drawing a blank on his name. I should know his name. Yeah, but I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, Happy Gothart says great hiding place. Jonathan Hayes, Mr. Fox Guy says Jonathan Hayes. Mr. Fox Guy, you and I need to talk to each other. I want to cross promote. I want to be guests on each other's shows. That might be a little bold for me to say. He says, look forward to it. Okay. Yeah, that is a convenient hiding place where everybody can see you.
Somebody here. Black Cat, 13th John, Friday the 13th is stupid superstition. right, you. Come out of there. Don't shoot, mister. I'm old and sick. I wouldn't hurt even a fly.
Come out in the light where I can see you.
Man, please don't shoot. Please. Please, I'm only Gravis Mushnik. You
Thank
wouldn't
you
want
for
to
the
kill
follow,
me. Where
Adam.
would you hide the body?
Don't worry, I'm not going to shoot you. Not unless you try something.
Try something? I never tried anything in my life.
I'm going to pause here for a second because I need to point out, and this is something I didn't know until today. The guy with the gun right here. The guy with the gun right here is Charles B. Griffith, the man who wrote this movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which I never knew that. He also wrote A Bucket of Blood, which they had been filming earlier in the week. And in 1975, 15 years later, he wrote Death Race 2000.
Oh, nice.
He actually wrote Death Race 2000. And he didn't do much as far as acting, but obviously they needed somebody. They had 2 days to shoot this. They needed somebody, so they stuck him in there. And this is something that I didn't know. Quentin Tarantino dedicated his film Death Proof to this guy. He said he referred to him as one of his main influences and called him the father of redneck cinema.
I mean, Death Proof and Death Race and Death Race 2000, you know.
Yeah.
I could see that guy.
Yeah. He also wrote what was the other thing he wrote? He did some rewrites on Barbarella, V. Barbarella. He wrote Wild Angels, the biker movie, and Devil's Angels. He wrote something called Swinging Barmaids. Oh, and he wrote Eat My Dust.
I feel like I've heard of Swinging Barmaids.
Eat My Dust is what he wrote. That's a film that I never saw, but I've heard about it so many times. It was one of those, redneck is the word for it. Redneck car chase movies from the 1970s. The kid who played Richie Cunningham on Happy Days was the star of that movie. What's his name? I can't think of his name right now. He's a big director these days. Somebody help me. Who played Richie Cunningham on Happy Days? Ron Howard.
Oh, yeah,
Ron
that's
Howard.
right, Ron Howard.
Because I remember the commercials for Eat My Dust. The commercials in the movie trailer, it said, and I'm quoting this exactly. It said, "Ron Howard pops the clutch and tells the world to eat my dust." That's the only thing I remember about the movie. Little Opie Cunningham, yeah.
Yeah, Opie.
Little Opie Cunningham. But here's something that that Griffith had to say about Death Race 2000. He said, he says, Corman tried to make it serious. For anyone who's not seen Death Race 2000, it's from 1975. It's a black comedy. It's a social satire, and it has a lot. It actually has a lot of relevance even today. But it's silly. Here's what Griffith says. Corman tried to make it serious. He was enraged with me for trying to make it funny. But he took me to see the cars, and they were all goofy looking with decal eyes and rubber teeth. I said, "You can't be serious." And he tells me, "Chuck, this is a hard-hitting, serious picture." But obviously the other producers didn't think so either. Because it ended up being a social satire and worth seeing. Okay. Happy Gothard says, "I love having movies with random movie lovers. So much information." Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's get back to the movie and finish this up. There's not that much left. Actually, they managed to kill a lot of time.
Now. You want my money? Take it. You want I should go out and steal you some more? That's all right too. I'll do it.
Unfortunately, I am going to have to look up the ending of this movie because I do have to get out of here.
Okay. Is it time to go?
Yeah, it's time for me to go. But it's been fun.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you for joining us. I thought we lost your sound there for a second.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh no, definitely do need to finish this movie because I've been having a great time. I need to watch. I need to watch this and the musical, but I
it's
definitely need
not.
to watch.
I'm going to tell you right now, it will not end the way you think it's going to end. In the musical, this scene right here where Gravis Mushnick sits up at night with the plant, I believe he does get eaten by the plant. But in the original, no, he doesn't. But this does not end the way you might imagine. It takes another left turn.
I'm excited to see the ending of this crazy movie because this has been a great movie. I'm really loving this.
Yeah, well, thank you for being here. And
thanks for having me.
Yeah, sure. And with that, I'm going to turn off the Discord call.
It's a super fun time.
Okay.
Everybody, I'm Stephen DaMocha. I stream all sorts of games on my Twitch channel, so come say hi.
Yeah, all right. And follow him on Twitter, too. Okay. Good night, CJ.
Hey, have a good night, Keith.
Okay. Discord is gone, so now we can have fun. And I will get on with the movie.
I was in here this afternoon. I saw about 30,000 people in here. They must have spent some money. Where is it?
There ain't no more money. They came in to look on the plant. It's a big attraction. Audrey Jr.
The plant. Don't try to snow me, Jim. 30,000 squares didn't come in here just to look for a plant. I want it.
I don't got no more money, honest. Believe me.
Okay, let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I ain't got no more money, honest.
All right, try it the other way around. 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right already.
Okay, Big Dad, where?
In the plant.
In the plant.
The big plant, Audrey Jr.
In the plant. In the big plant.
Inside the big leaf.
That's right, inside.
How do you get it open?
Just knock.
Just knock. The plant is listening, obviously.
In there? Inside, in the bottom.
I don't see anything.
Way inside. Right in the bottom.
I love the squeaky door sound. Happy Balthar says, yeah. You notice when Mushnick was talking to him, it was the first time we heard the plant having a conversation.
What I did.
What I did.
I don't care what you got at the date with Audrey tonight. I am no more sitting up with that no-good-nick plant.
No-good-nick plant.
But gee, Mr. Mushnick, you don't have to sit up with it anymore. It's all grown up now.
Excellent, smart guy. How do you know it don't be hungry no more?
Well, because...
Tonight you are staying. Then tomorrow they're coming and they're going to give you a trophy, and then after that we are getting rid once and for all for that plant.
Yes, Penguin, he did burp up the gun.
Don't ask why. The end. Into the garbage can. Aloha. Oi. Yes, Mrs. Shiva.
Aloha, oi.
Seymour, you wonderful plant.
Oh, that's all right, Audrey. I'll grow other plants, even more wonderful ones.
I know you will. Did you figure out what we're doing tonight?
Yeah, we're going to a place full of beautiful flowers.
We have to stay here.
Yeah.
Well, never mind. We'll have a picnic. It'll be just like going to the country.
Oh,
Did you
boy.
Get the 3,000 pink azaleas for the arbor and the 9,000 yellow mums for the border.
Yeah,
and the roses for the front and the back.
No, around the back.
Yeah, Miranda is
mean you're
pointing out
going to a
again that she
picnic at
likes
night
the
with that
signs on the
Bullcorn
walls.
girl?
Lots plants cheap,
like
and
Audrey,
we
Mom?
don't letting you
She's
spend
out
much.
after your money.
I don't have any money.
Oh, she's a smart one. She'll latch onto you until you get some, and then goodbye fortune.
But Audrey's an honest girl, Ma.
Yeah, never trust a woman who's too healthy.
But Audrey had a bad cold a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, a cold, a puny cold. Why don't you get yourself a real female with something decent like mononucleosis or gallstones?
Well, maybe she could catch something like that.
The only thing she'll catch is you.
And she'll take you off to some shady sanitarium and leave me to chiropractors and faith healers. I know when I'm not wanted.
Oh, gee, Ma.
Don't feel sorry for me. I'll just find a nice wet alley somewhere and curl up and wait for the end.
Oh,
Nice
please
wet
don't die
alleys.
till I get back, will you, Ma? I'll take care of you. I'll always take care of you. I promise.
Yeah.
Bye.
She just keeps the blood pressure cuff on her arm.
Gee, Audrey, I never tasted food like this before.
The peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Peanut butter and jelly, what does that cure?
Nothing, it's just a food.
Well, what good is it if it doesn't clear up pimples or shrink your sinus tissues or something?
You're just being silly, Seymour. Seymour, what do you want to be?
Well, I want to grow things. If I had a lot of money, I'd go to the South Seas where they grow the most fabulous plants in the world.
Well, that sounds exciting.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to the South Seas, too.
There's no reason why you couldn't go.
Would you take me with you, Seymour?
Oh, I couldn't very well go without you, Audrey.
Why not?
Oh, because I'm in love with you, Audrey.
Oh, I'm in love with you, too, Seymour.
Feed me.
What'd you say?
I was just kidding.
I'm hungry.
Seymour,
I didn't mean it.
why did you say it?
Oh, food.
You didn't even say that.
Oh, yes, I did. I said it.
Oh, I'm looking right at you.
I'm a ventriloquist.
You're what?
A ventriloquist.
Feed me.
Seymour, do you feel all right?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, then stop all this nonsense and kiss me.
I'm dying from hunger.
All right, if you're so hungry, eat something, but forget about me.
Gee, I'm sorry, Audrey.
Give me to eat.
If you can't control yourself, I'm going home.
I need some chow.
Oh.
Food for an empty stomach.
Audrey, please wait. Listen to me.
I've listened to all the nonsense I want to hear, Seymour. You're a nut. You tell me that you love me, and then you act like a complete idiot.
Please listen, Audrey. I'll be able to explain everything soon.
Well, why can't you explain now?
Because so many things are so important. I want to marry you, but I got to take care of Mom. Well, that plant in there is going to make it all come true. Tomorrow they're going to give me a trophy, and I'll be famous. I'll be a big botanist. And then we can go to the South Seas, just like we planned and all.
But that doesn't have anything to do with what went on in there. When you're ready to come to your senses, Seymour, then I'll talk to you. Good night, Seymour.
We had some insight into Seymour's life there. He said he's never eaten anything like this before. She's explaining peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to him. He says, but if it doesn't cure something...
I'm getting pretty tired of you.
I need food.
I don't care what you need. Look what you done to me. You not only made a butcher out of me, but you drove my girl away.
Shut up and bring on the food.
Don't tell me to shut up. You shut up. Who raised you from a bunch of little seeds? Who fed you all them high-class fertilizers and sat up all night with you when you were sick? Nobody else would have done that for you.
High-class
You think
fertilizers.
anybody else would have brought you human beings to eat? You're darn right they wouldn't. Well, I've helped you, and you've helped me. Now shut your trap and go to sleep. I'm tired.
Crowline, turn around. Close your eyes. You are asleep. Open your eyes. Now you will do as I say. Do you follow me?
Yes, Master.
You will go out and find me some food.
Yes, Master.
Now be gone and waste no time.
Okay, this is new. This is unexpected. As I was pointing out before, when Mushnick was sitting up at night with the Audrey 2, it was the first time we saw the Audrey 2 having actual conversation. It was capable of carrying on human-like conversation. Before that, when it was only talking to Seymour, he was just saying, feed me. It was just, feed me, I'm hungry, I'm starved. But then when Mushnick came along and the plant knew that Mushnick was smarter than that, it actually engaged in real conversation with him. I think that's interesting. What do you think is going to happen to this hooker? Anybody want to guess? Oh, a banana. She just happened to have a banana peel handy. Mr. Fox guesses.
My
She goes
name
to
is
Yale?
Leonora
Yes.
Klein.
How's the rain on the rhubarb?
Master is hungry.
Penguin McCool guesses she's secretly a double agent. That too.
Well, hello there.
Okay, already shot here. This is called a time killer. Padding. How's the rain on the rhubarb? Yeah, you're right. That does sound like a code phrase.
I gotta find food for Master.
Mr.
Food I gotta
Fox
find
says,
for
I thought
Master.
Love padded the film. Okay, you're making a
Master,
really
I
early
gotta
Mystery Science
find
Theater
food.
reference. What was that, season 3?
Maybe I can help.
Who are you?
My name is Leonora Clyde. I love you.
Dang.
Master wants food.
Let the old goat wait.
Side hackers, yeah, I know.
So are we.
Master doesn't eat goat.
Well, what kind of food does he like?
Who's watching here who has not seen this film? Is there anyone here who has not seen this film and doesn't know how it
That's
ends?
more like it. Kiss me. What's the matter? Don't you like me?
Too bony.
Morbid Heart
Too
Design says, I've
bony.
not seen this
Nobody
film.
ever told
I've
me
not
that
seen this
before.
version.
Beef
Okay.
is better than veal.
Ah, you're such a dodo.
Penguin says,
What
I've
do
not
you
seen this
call
version.
this?
Okay, well then you
Chopped
don't know how it
liver?
ends. Mr. Fox Guy says Seymour has gone all Torgo. Yeah,
Master would like more fat.
Speak
Master
for
would like more
yourself,
fat.
John.
My name is Seymour.
My name is Seymour.
That's my name, too.
Are you interested, or are you just wasting my time?
I never thought anybody would volunteer. Do you volunteer?
Sure I do.
All right, if you're sure you want to volunteer.
All right, my place or yours?
I don't care.
Well, flip a coin.
I don't have a coin.
Flip anything, silly.
Well, there's a rock. Wet or dry?
Wet.
whoops. We have
The search was narrowing, and we knew
we have
that
8
soon we
people
would have the
watching on
killer.
Twitch. Everybody's on Twitch.
Not that we
now.
had any more clues than before.
Our
We
visitor
had to
from
tell the chief
Mixer is
something.
gone.
I had that feeling in my bones that the mystery was drawing to its climax, and I was determined to be on hand.
All right, out. Nobody is in. Today we have a special occasion for Seymour Krelboyne, which has invented the big plan. So I want everybody should please stay out of the way.
We have a giant crowd of 12 people.
We want Seymour!
I tell you, this business is worse than being a conductor in a revoluting door. I'll be glad when this day is finished.
What's a celebration?
They're presenting my son with a trophy.
Yeah, what'd he do, run away from home?
Please don't look at me that way, Audrey. I
What
want
do
to
you do?
talk
Run
to
away
you.
from home?
I'm sorry, Seymour. I just don't understand you.
I'll explain everything after the ceremony.
You, police, what are you doing here?
Heard there was something going on here this evening.
Just thought we'd come by and keep an eye on things.
Look, we don't need no eyes kept on nothing. Everything.
The Society of Silent Flower Observers has arrived, and sunset is almost upon us.
Welcome, lady and gentlemen. We are honored for to have you.
Still working on those disappearances.
We think they were murdered.
Hey, look here, young man. That's no way to talk at a time like this. Let me see your tongue. Uh-huh. Now, what you got?
Just the facts, ma'am.
Trench mouth. I know. I had it back in '09.
Better have that looked into, Frank.
Whatever you say, Joe.
She had it back in
Mr.
09.
Krelboyne,
Yes.
the sun is going down
Seymour's
now,
mom is
and,
wearing
you do think those
her
buds
clothes
are
from
going to
1920.
I hope so.
Because if they don't, Mr. Krelboyne, we shall just have to present the award at another time.
Oh, it's starting to open.
Isn't that smart? Oh, look, the first bud is open.
Isn't that the...
Railroad cop. Look at the rest.
think, Frank?
They're all there, Joe.
Yes, you're right. Mr. Krelboyne, how do you explain this?
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. That's right, officer. He didn't mean to kill them.
Seymour, you promised you'd explain.
Looks like they're getting away, Joe. Yes, you're right. Let's catch them. Right.
Oh, now the float will be perfect. Yeah.
Mr. Fox guy says, when does Batman show up? It's a talking plant on the show. Yeah. See, this particular turn of events is completely unlike any other version that's been made of it since. Morbid, you were saying that you like the Audrey character so much. You like Jackie Joseph as Audrey. Stick around after the movie, I'll show you something. What is it with the children coming up out of the subway? It's been a hard day's night. That's funny. That's funny. This is more of what you call padding. A chase through the junkyard pads the film. Yes, where the hell did they come from? Right! I guess they're shooting this and they're thinking, we gotta have some reason for them to run down the subway and then turn around and come running back out. And all the cast and crew had their children there that night during the shoot, and they said, hey, just have all the kids come running out of the thing. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, this is to make the theater goers feel like they're $1.25 as well spent. Yeah. And this was clearly actually shot at night. So many times they'll shoot during the day with a lens and try to make us think it's night when it clearly isn't. I hear a distant train whistle. I hadn't heard that before. There's some good subtle sound work here.
You wouldn't find him here with the toilets. Let's go back.
This shot here with Seymour's head coming up out of the toilet. That shot was used in the commercials for the film. I remember seeing those.
You dirty rat plant, you messed up my whole life.
He still wants more.
I'll feed you. I'll feed you like you never been fed before.
All the flowers are dead.
Better to give up, gentlemen. You wouldn't find him tonight.
Look, the door's open, Frank.
Oh.
He was such a good boy.
Seymour. I didn't mean it.
Hell of an ending. One hell of an ending. An ending that has not been matched by any other version of the story. An ending that comes at the very last moment of the film. No epilogue. The plant is dead. One more bud comes up, and the voice of Seymour whining, "I didn't mean it." Bam! The end. I love it. I love it. The musical didn't do this. People don't know about the ending of this film because they don't know about the original film. So Seymour took one for the Mushnick team. Dark ending, self-sacrifice. Yeah, Morbid Heart says. And she says, "I love it!" Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! I first saw this film in the mid-1970s when I was 10 or 11. Maybe 12 or 13. I don't remember. I was at home alone in a big house in the woods. For some reason, I was home alone all weekend, and this came on like Saturday afternoon, maybe Sunday afternoon, on the local station. I didn't know what it was. I happened to catch it at the beginning, and being that young and being alone in the big house in the woods all weekend, I did not see this. I did not see the humor in this film at the time. It creeped me the hell out. And then when I was in high school in the early '80s, when the musical came out, I was one of the only people of my generation who was saying, "I know this movie. I know this story. I know these characters. I know the whole Audrey 2 thing," because I had seen it. The original movie has this unique ending, and it has I was showing you the writer earlier. I was showing you that the guy with the gun was the writer. He created a new movie monster. He created a brand new movie monster from whole cloth, from nothing. I was pointing out earlier before the film started that there's speculation as to what he may have been influenced by. There was a short story by Arthur C. Clarke from 1956 called "The Reluctant Orchid." I found it online and I read it earlier today. And in Arthur C. Clarke's story, he actually references an earlier story by H.G. Wells from 1905 called "The Flowering of the Strange Orchid." The character in Arthur C. Clarke's story, at one point, he has this strange plant, and he says, "Gosh, this reminds me of that H.G. Wells story called "The Flowering of the Strange Orchid." He actually mentions the H.G. Wells story from 1905, so it goes way back. But then they're also saying that there was a story from 1932 called "Green Thoughts" by someone named John Collier. I was not able to find that story online, but I did find an anthology, a book anthology, with the story in it, and I've ordered a copy of that book. I read Arthur C. Clarke's and H.G. Wells stories earlier today, and the H.G. Wells stories goes pretty much how you would expect, but Arthur C. Clarke's take on it has a weird ending, has a bizarre ending that you wouldn't expect, and I recommend it. Who's still with me? Is everybody still watching? Before you go, Morbid Heart, I'm going to show you. I am going to show you about Jackie Joseph. Let's go to the pictures here. I was talking earlier before you all came in about Mel Wells and his credits. He was a writer and a director of the English translation of this really bad Japanese show called Spectre Man, which means I need to look up and watch Spectre Man, which I never watched. It's a bad Ultraman ripoff. But there's his credit right there. Jackie Joseph was a Broadway actress. She was known for singing and dancing more than anything else. And the guy who played the plant expert, the guy who was eating the flowers, his name was Dick Miller. Dick Miller and Jackie Joseph both appeared in Gremlins 2 in 1990. Mr. Fox Guy is pointing out that Jackie did the voice of Melody in Josie and the Pussycats. That's what I was going to talk about next, because that's where I knew her voice from. But here's the two of them playing Mr. and Mrs. Fooderman in Gremlins 2. Whoever wrote the script of Gremlins 2 must have been a fan of the original Little Shop of Horrors to put these two together. Because as far as I know, they didn't do anything else together. And Miranda says the best Gremlins. You said that before, didn't you? Morbid Heart Designs. Ha ha ha. Gremlins equals best Christmas movie. Legends, the both of them, Mr. Fox. Now, I put together a little montage of... Morbid Heart says, I wish I'd known that when I reviewed this in December. You wrote a review? Anyway, I'm going to show you a little montage that I put together of Jackie Joseph's voice work for Melody in Josie and the Pussycats. She brought a real specialness, I think, to the voice of Melody, especially this giggle that she would do. So here it is.
Your order, please.
Oh, goody. I want a pizza with everything.
For all we know, we could be headed for oblivion.
I've never been to Oblivion. It sounds like a groovy place. That's Beck. Or is that Beck?
We'd better try to wake this guy up.
How about trying smelling salts? Okay. Yep. They still smell. Phew! Pardon me, sir. Would you help me with this zipper?
Oh, no! You just blew our cover, Melody!
Yeah, I always loved that voice. As I was talking before with CJ, before you all came in, the voice of Melody always stood out for me in Josie and the Pussycats. This was one of my generation's things, was the Josie and the Pussycats cartoon. Yeah, those are great voice clips, aren't they? Because Jackie Joseph was not one of the regulars at Hanna-Barbera. All the Hanna-Barbera cartoons had the same bunch of voices that did everything, but Jackie Joseph was unique to Josie and the Pussycats, and she sounded so different, and she had that laugh. She really made Melody special. The cartoon, when you look back on the cartoon now, it's not a good show. It's really not a good show. But it has moments. It has moments, and it has that great theme song. That's one of the great cartoon theme songs. I also want to show you, for those of you who didn't know about Josie and the Pussycats, back in 1970, when the cartoon was released from Hanna-Barbera, Josie and the Pussycats were a real band, and here they are. They were three women who sang and played the instruments and actually recorded the music that's in the cartoon. They released an album. They toured. The album is actually not terrible. The music, it's silly bubblegum pop music, but it's not terrible. Some of it has some pretty good funk. You can get this album online. You can find this. Look up Josie and the Pussycats. The blonde who played the drums and who was the singing voice of Melody. What? Penguin McCool says, "Why are you here? I was in the cartoon." What? Anyway, these women sang the voices for the music, but not for they did not do the voices for the cartoon. The blonde woman on the floor who played the drums was Cheryl Ladd, who went on to be a huge star in the late 70s and 80s. She was on Dallas. She was a big deal. I actually recommend you look up some of the Josie and the Pussycats music. Oh, it's a line from Josie and the Pussycats movie. I've never seen the movie. I've never seen it, by the way. Why are you here? I was in the cartoon. Was there a guest appearance? Was there a photobomb appearance by somebody, by one of the voice actors or something? Yeah, see, I don't know. I've never seen the movie. I wasn't interested in it. I grew up with the cartoon and with the comics. The comics were really big sellers too. Dan DiCarlo created Josie and the Pussycats. Mr. Fox guy says, same. You grew up with it? Yeah. And the sequel series, The Pussycats in Outer Space. What a lame idea, but what a great idea. It was awful and beautiful at the same time. I got to rewatch it. I can't remember. Penguin McCool says he's quoting the movie, but he doesn't remember what he's quoting. That's what happens when you spend the last 30 years watching Mystery Science Theater. You focus on the quotes and you forget where they're from. Anyway, that's it for what did we just watch? Little Shop of Horrors, the Roger Corman original. Mr. Fox Guy says thanks for the stream and thank you for being here. I will be in touch. Please notice that 50th Street Studio is a non-profit, and I do have a link where you can make donations directly below. I can't stress enough how important it is that we get donations to survive. Unfortunately, Morbid was asking earlier if we'll be showing movies to live audiences when things reopen. Things will not be reopening. We've moved out of that space. We broke our lease. We got out. It was very ugly. Miranda did donate. Thank you, Miranda. If we ever open up a studio space again, it will be years. I'm talking 5 years. This is not something that I'm going to be doing again. Well, because it's not going to work. The reason that I and the board of directors at 50th Street, she says I messaged you because I didn't want to make you talk about it if you weren't ready to. Well, the reason I and the board of directors made the choice to break the lease and leave is because I saw real early. I saw at the end of March when it came around April and there was still a stay-at-home order. I saw that this was going to go on for months and months, maybe even for the next 2 years, while everybody else was concerned about getting grant money, getting government money to pay rent. I was like, you're going to get money for 3 or 4 months rent, and then at the end of that time, you'll still be closed, and you're going to have to pay back that, start paying back that loan money in addition to paying rent, and you're all just going to go broke. I think everyone else still has this fantasy that things are going to be getting back to normal soon, but I saw real early on, and we had only opened in December. When the stay-at-home order happened in mid-March, we had only been open 3.5 months. At this point, we've been closed. We've been shut down for as long as we were open. At the end of June and the end of July, we would have been shut down longer than we were open. There's no point in struggling against that. The timing was just terrible. Morbid says, I'm glad you kept up the movies with the streaming, though. Yeah, well, what else could I do? Margie says, thanks for the stream. Thank you for staying for the whole time, Margie. I hope this was entertaining. Morbid says, things won't be back to normal anytime soon. I say October at the soonest, if we're lucky. Yeah. Even then, it won't be normal. Yeah, and with the protests going on, yeah, everything bad is happening all at one time. Morbid says, I think you made a good call. It makes me sad, but I know you'll make the best of it. Yeah, you have no idea how much I personally lost on this. Not just the nonprofit lost, but how much I personally lost. And Penguin says, thanks for showing this. Well, you're welcome. I'm gonna do I do a movie every Saturday at 7 Pacific. I've decided with this week to start revisiting movies that we showed in the studio. The next week, I'm not sure what we're going to show. I may do Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Does everyone want to see Santa Claus Conquers the Martians? And I'll learn more about it and we'll talk through it. I think Santa Claus Conquers the Martians will be good for a good start to the summer. Yeah. And also, and here's another thing, Mr. Fox Guy, that you'll want to hear about. I want to start doing an occasional thing called Bad Saturday Morning, where we show bad cartoon and children's series, and talk and laugh all through them. Because I have an idea what I want to show, what I want to start with. Maybe Morbid says maybe save it for July and do Christmas in July with me. You have a Christmas in July thing, Okay. Mr. Fox says sound amazing. Morbid Heart says 7:25 is a Saturday. Miranda says I think we should revisit Turkish Star Wars sometime. We definitely should revisit Turkish Star Wars. I would want. There are things that I want to do that I want to have bigger audiences for. I want to wait till we have a bigger cast of regulars. Turkish Star Wars is one of them, and Sita Sings the Blues. The first film that we showed at the studio was Sita Sings the Blues. Our first weekend, which was an experimental weekend, we had no viewers. The second weekend that we showed, when we showed Sita for a second time, we had one viewer. We had one visitor come over. It's a great film, but I want there to be lots of viewers for that one. Morbid says I'd be game for Turkish Star Wars. Yeah, let's plan on that. I do want to have a bigger audience for Turkish Star Wars. Let's work on getting together with some other people to promote that one. Maybe do a multi-stream with some other people, because it needs to be seen. That needs to be seen by a big audience. Happy Gothart says Bollywood anything is so crazy. Yeah. With that, I think I'll end for tonight, and next week we'll do Santa Claus. I'm going to go ahead and make the decision to do Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, because there's a lot to talk about with that one. That's another movie that I saw as a child that I knew about when it became famous again. When I was an adult, I was like, I saw that one. I remember that one. Okay, yeah, everyone's saying have a great night. Everyone's saying good night. So I'm going to say good night too. Everyone follow us here on Twitch if you haven't already, and keep up with us. Oh, everyone! Another thing I want to do is to establish an email list. I want to establish an emailing list, because I think it's important to send out emails as well as Twitches and tweets and whatever's. Excuse me, because people are having. Hey, Javier's here. Javier just came in. Javier, you just in time for me to say goodbye. I know Javier well enough to know that he will go back and watch the entire video, which is great. All of you need to meet Javier. He's been a follower of mine from back when I was doing YouTube by myself. You all need to know Javier. He's a good supporter. And Miranda says you can also buy Keith's Manos coloring book. Yeah. Maybe I should put links to all that stuff sometime. I'll talk about it in the future. Okay, everybody, that's it. Good night.